For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 32 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15 with Cambridge United. We're continuing our assault on League One today with the opening game against relatively local rivals Colchester United. Obviously not played each other in recent years due to Cambridge being in the conference and Colchester being in League One. We didn't even play them last year, but hopefully we can come away with a decent result. We have had a good start so far to this League One season, undefeated to this point, and obviously would be hopefully continuing that trend in today's episode. They've got a strong lineup though. Of course, you'll remember perhaps the name Freddie Sears up top. Used to play for West Ham United, had a couple of appearances in the Barclays Premier League for them. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, which is perhaps a formation you'd more suit with a side further up the leagues, but still the lower league teams do tend these days to adopt the same sort of formations and tactics as those higher up the league ladder these days. So obviously the standard of football improves as years goes by in the lower leagues, and generally it just gets harder to do well. But we came close with Kwesi Appiah there with the opening shot. Riku Ring just bullies his way past their defenders here, and eventually he's going to end up with the ball in the back of the net. A fantastic run from him. No real skill involved, just genuine pure determination to get the ball off those two defenders and get it into the back of the net. So we do take a 1-0 lead, and we're still pushing forward in the end of the first half period. Kwesi Appiah nutmegs the defender there to get it to Riku Ring again on the way forward. Threads the ball through to Tom Elliott, and it's an assist for Riku Ring to go along with his goal, and we have a 2-0 lead just before half time. Tom Elliott timed that run to perfection. You'll be able to see here, you see the run just around the outside the defender. Thankfully the linesman did his job correctly and gave the attacker the benefit of the doubt, but we still weren't done for the first half. You can see here Bean's going to work the ball back to Gordon. They're actually going to play a nice little ball over the top here to Massey eventually, and then into Freddie Sears, the man we mentioned previously, and in stoppage time again they're going to get themselves back into the game now at 2-1. So 2 goals at the very end of the first half mean that despite the fact we extended our advantage to 2, we were pegged back to 1, but Tom Elliott nicks it off the defender here, races away, similar to the first chance in the game. Really should have found that bottom corner. Kwesi Appiah missed the opening effort, Tommy Elliott misses this second effort, and unfortunately we aren't able to regain a 2-goal lead. They come forward though as we head deeper into the second half. On the hour mark, Moncur feeds through Freddie Sears again, knocks it around the defender. I try my best with the defenders in front of the man there to get a block in. I did get something on that, but it goes into the back of the net, and from 2-0 up, we pegged back to 2-2 rather, but Harrison Dunk's going to work the ball inside here. Really good run from him. Squeezes it across, Ryan Donaldson with the attempt, and Thompson this time does get the block in front of goal. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that at the other end, but in stoppage time now, again, trying to get ourselves back in front, Woods gets just completely destroyed by that tackle. No card was given for that free kick, remarkably, but they make a change. Freddie Sears going off, but we are actually going to get a chance from this free kick. Ryan Donaldson now is the best free kick taker in the side, because of course Luke Garber now is no longer with us, the left back loanee from Everton last year. Donaldson with the free kick over the wall into the back of the net, and we're going to steal all 3 points. Colchester did remarkably well to get back into the game after being 2-0 down to come back to 2-2, but we get the win regardless thanks to that last gasp winner from Ryan Donaldson. A really well taken free kick after a really nasty foul from their man on the edge of the box. Thankfully Michael Woods wasn't too badly affected by that and will be able to play in the next game should we need him to, but of course we're still in the transfer window and still trying to free up funds to bring in extra players if we possibly can. Will Norris is extremely unhappy at the club, as you can see. He's not played a game for me whatsoever in this series other than friendlies in the first season, so obviously he wants out. We will let him go to Drogheda. I think it's Drogheda. I keep getting told off in the comments for mispronouncing that. I know the G is silent, but I'm not sure how well to pronounce that. I believe it's Drogheda, but you'll have to let me know in the comments whether I am actually pronouncing that correctly. But he does go, Will Norris, to Ireland, so we will alter the transfer budget, and of course that now leaves us with 1 goalkeeper. We've already got a loanee goalkeeper in, but the preference is to bring in a player that would genuinely be ours. So we're looking at Pierre-Sylvain Abogo. He is a Cameroonian international, and despite only being 22 years of age, will be called up, or has been called up previously, to the national squad. So we're trying to bring him in, trying again to try and bargain with the actual wage so that we can actually bring him in on the cheap. Unfortunately, he didn't like the idea of that particular contract we offered him, so we'll offer him 1,800 this time. and we'll see if he'll accept that. Again, changing it to 4 years, not giving him a squad role at this particular point, because hopefully we'll be able to rotate the goalkeepers, and I don't want him to become unhappy and want to leave. So again, rejecting offers for our strikers. Tom Elliott this time. He declined the contract this time. He liked the money, but he wanted to know what his squad role was going to be. So I offered him 1,800 again, and offered squad rotation player to hopefully again try and just balance the morale within the squad, and not to promise too much to a player that I'm not sure how much first team football he'll see, considering our on loan goalkeeper Davide Coppola is actually better. This time he declined the offer, saying he wasn't interested in relocating, which to me means he just wants some more money. So I offered him $2,000 rather than 1,800, an important first team player, and we'll have to wait and see if he accepts that before the end of the episode. But we come into the second game of today's video, away from home against Gillingham. Now Gillingham are struggling so far this year in League One. They sit near the bottom of the table after only picking up one victory in the opening few games, and you can tell that they're going defensive despite the fact that they're at home with a 5-man midfield. You would have expected the home side to really have gone at me, considering we were one of the newly promoted sides in the league, but actually no. It's perhaps credit to the way that we've started the season that despite the fact that they're at home and we are the newly promoted side, they're still being on the back foot and recognising the fact that we offer a particularly good goal threat, especially through Kwesi Appiah and Tom Elliott, our 2-star strikers, and they're actually going to be involved in the opening few minutes here. Ryan Donaldson gets the ball off Tom Elliott, turns inside the man, uses Kwesi Appiah's run as a decoy, threads through Tom Elliott here, chance to make it 1-0, and he hits the outside of the post. Really unlucky for Tom Elliott there, and unfortunately we weren't able to go 1-0 up. They're going to have a chance though at the other end. Lofted free kick into the box, miscontrolled by my defender. They do get this shot off, but Coppola gets just enough on it to squeeze it out around the corner for a corner, really. But fortunately nothing came of that, but they were continuing to press forward until, that is, Greg Taylor put a foot in, and Kwesi Appiah, you can see the sheer pace of the man there, drills it across. Tom Elliott slots it into the bottom corner, but you'll have to say, should the goalkeeper have come out and claimed that, Kwesi Appiah and Tom Elliott, those two have just been absolutely superb this entire series. Cannot underestimate their importance to the club right now. But should the goalkeeper have come to get this, if he had come to get it, would he have got there? I'll let you decide in the comment section whether you think that's the goalkeeper's fault, but regardless, we're 1-0 up, and as far as I'm concerned, that's all I cared about. Tom Elliott has another shot here. Nelson almost picks it up and then actually stands up without the ball, and almost playing hot potato, has to dive on it again to actually get it under control. Really weird, but I made a change and they made a change just 10 minutes from time. As you can see here, Adam Armstrong and Luke Chadwick coming on for Tom Elliott and Tom Champion, just to rotate some players, make sure that everybody stays fit for the busy month that we have ahead. And we're almost at the very end of the game now. Harrison Dunk down the left hand side, cutting inside really well, and plays the ball into Kwesi Appiah, into Adam Armstrong. He's in behind and again hits the outside of the post the same way Elliott did at the very start of the game, and we stay at 1-0, and that was how the game was going to finish. So the woodwork hit twice, once 2 minutes in and once 2 minutes from time, but we are able to get 3 points, which is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. 6 points from today's episode, and delighted to get that, and delighted to bring in our new goalkeeper as well. Pierre Sylvain Abogo enters the club. He will be probably second choice, but I will give him some football, although unfortunately he is immediately going out on international duty, along with our Peruvian left-back Ivan Santillan. And we also get an offer for Richard Tate, a player that hasn't really had any interest shown in him at all this entire series, but I do like to have Richard Tate there as a rotation right-back with Lanzoni. So it's transfer deadline day, and look, shock, Aguero to Bayern Munich for 50 million. I guess it makes a change for Real Madrid, but Sergio Aguero always seems to go to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. And oh look, another shock, Javi Martinez to Chelsea. There's a transfer we haven't seen before in career mode. Oh, scripted transfers, man. Hopefully they'll sort that for next year, but we've been wishing that for the past 4 years and it hasn't happened. But still, Kwesi Appiah, another offer in for him, rejected. Another offer in for Tom Elliott, also going to be rejected, obviously, considering the ability of those two players. And also got a scout out looking for some youth talent, and there are actually looking like there could be a couple of nice players to bring in. We'll have to wait until they've been scouted a little bit further and we have more accurate numbers for them, but especially this guy at the bottom, Tommy Smith. Potential of 69 to 94. He could be particularly impressive for us, and a goalkeeper as well. So perhaps for the second season, when we or third season rather, when we lose Coppola on loan back to AC Milan, the new Cameroonian goalkeeper can take his place, and then we can bring in that youngster to have two of our very own goalkeepers rather than having to rely on loan signings. Definitely something to look into for later on in the year. But for now, 5 games in, we sit 3rd in the league, and that is very, very good considering we have only just come up. Walsall and Birmingham at the top, obviously 2 of the favourites for this particular competition. Peterborough up there as well, although Shrewsbury came up with this last year as well, and they also sit level with us. We're only ahead of them on goal difference, so perhaps there's not too much of a difference in the standard of football between League 1 and League 2. We'll have to wait and see how we get on throughout the season, but a perfect start so far almost. Still undefeated, delighted to be so, and that hopefully will continue for the near future. Unfortunately though, Burton Albion, the other side that came up with us down there in 21st, and I believe it was York as well, yes, came up with us via the playoffs down there in 19th. So some League Ones, some promoted sides doing well, others not so well. But for now, that will bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the My Player series, or the Liverpool Career Mode series. I will probably be streaming soon as you see this on Saturday night, so check my Twitch channel. There will be a link in the description to it, and my Twitter as well, if you aren't sure whether I am doing so or whether you just want to follow me. There's also links to Instagram and Facebook as well, but that will bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, follow me on all social media platforms, and I'll see you next time.